It was a stormy night. The rain poured endlessly, beating down on the silent highway. A sleek black car sped along the slippery road. Inside sat Adrian Knight, one of the most powerful young CEOs in the city. He was known for his brilliance in business, but tonight, fate had a different plan. Suddenly, his car skidded on the wet road. Crash! The vehicle slammed against a tree. Airbags burst open, but Adrian was badly hurt. Blood trickled down his forehead, his breathing shallow. Just then, headlights cut through the darkness. A small old car stopped nearby, and stepping out was Elena Carter, a young nurse returning from her late-night hospital shift. She spotted the wreck, her instincts taking over. Without hesitation, she pulled open the mangled door. "Stay with me. Please, don't close your eyes," she whispered, her hands trembling as she pressed her scarf against his wound. Adrian's vision blurred, but he clung to her soft voice. For the first time, he wasn't the CEO everyone feared, he was just a man fighting for life. Elena got him to the hospital, refusing to leave his side. Through the long night, she tended his wounds, reassured him, and when fear broke his tough exterior, she stayed close, her hand wrapped around his. That night, between pain and relief, something unexpected blossomed. Two strangers, bound by fate, found comfort in each other. Emotions ran high, walls broke down, and in that moment of raw vulnerability, they shared a night neither of them would ever forget. But by morning, Elena was gone. No name, no note, nothing. Adrian woke up alone, haunted by the memory of her touch and her voice. He searched, hired investigators, traced hospital shifts, even placed anonymous notices. But Elena had vanished as if she had never existed. 5 years passed. Adrian built his empire even bigger, but inside, he was restless. The memory of that mysterious nurse never faded. He carried her face in his mind, her voice in his dreams. But life offered no answers. On the other side of the city, Elena lived a very different life. She had a small home, a modest job as a senior nurse, and a little boy named Ethan. Ethan had Adrian's piercing blue eyes and his determined spirit. He was the living secret of that one night. Elena had never told Adrian. Why? Because her past was tangled with pain. Years ago, Adrian's father's company had destroyed her family's livelihood in a corrupt deal. Her father had died heartbroken. How could she stand in front of Adrian with that bitter truth between them? So she raised Ethan quietly, away from the world of billionaires and CEOs. She taught him kindness, sacrifice, and honesty. And though she never spoke of his father, Ethan sometimes asked, "Mama, why don't I have a dad like the other kids?" Elena's heart would break, but she'd smile softly. "Because your father lives inside you, Ethan. Every time you're brave, every time you're kind, you're just like him." Meanwhile, Adrian carried his own emptiness. He attended glamorous events, surrounded by admirers, but none of it mattered. His soul searched for her. Fate intervened again. Adrian's company sponsored a grand charity gala for children's hospitals. Elena's hospital was one of the beneficiaries, and as head nurse, she was invited with her staff. She wanted to avoid it, but duty forced her there. The ballroom sparkled with chandeliers and laughter. Adrian stepped onto the stage in a crisp suit, giving his welcome speech. His eyes scanned the crowd, and then froze. Across the room stood Elena. Time stopped. 5 years of searching ended in a single heartbeat. "Elena," Adrian whispered, barely believing his eyes. Elena's heart pounded. She wanted to run, but Ethan's small hand tugged at hers. "Mama, look, that's the man from the magazines." Innocently, Ethan wriggled free and ran up to Adrian's table. "Hi, mister. You look just like me." Gasps echoed across the hall. Whispers spread like wildfire. Ethan's resemblance was undeniable, he was Adrian's son. The room buzzed, but Adrian didn't care. His eyes filled with shock, then wonder, then something softer. Later, in private, he confronted Elena. His voice shook, not with anger, but with years of longing. "Why did you vanish? Why didn't you tell me about him?" Tears welled in Elena's eyes. She finally told him everything, the injustice his father's company had inflicted on her family, the reason she had hidden Ethan. She braced herself for rage, rejection, maybe even revenge. But Adrian surprised her. "My father's sins are not mine," he said firmly. "If my family wronged yours, then I will make it right. Not because of guilt, but because it's the only way forward. For you, for Ethan, For us. In the weeks that followed, Adrian cleared Alina's family name, compensated for the injustice, and restored their dignity. More importantly, he proved through actions, not words, that he wasn't the cold CEO the world feared. He was a man who had been given a second chance, and this time, he wouldn't let it slip away. Slowly, Alina's walls broke. She allowed herself to trust, to believe that maybe love could heal the deepest scars. And Ethan. He finally got what he had always longed for, a father who knelt down to his level, opened his arms wide, and said, "Son, I've been waiting for you my whole life." The reunion didn't just shock the world, it healed two broken souls, brought justice to the past, and proved that true love, once found, never truly disappears.